All right. So you guys head over to the Bard's house. So they're living in like a small cottage on in town. And there are it's just like you go in and they sort of like open the door and there's like 5 bards like just staying in this like tiny house. It's like there's no way there's enough room for them. Um, so what do you do? Like so what? How do you approach this house? Like what do you do?
So they don't know about this plan. This is just the.
Yeah, they don't know about the plan. Yeah.
Am I showing up with a person on?
No, you've already dropped that off. You've already dropped that off,
great.
and you guys can short rest if you want, but that's like.
What do we gain back from short rest?
You guys get to
1 hit dice.
Yeah, you get to roll your hit dice to regenerate life, and then any other short resty things you can do. I think like Starfire can get like 1 or 2 spells or something with arcane recovery and.
Yeah. I was just looking at that.
Thaddeus gets his whole kit back because fighters are busted.
Yep.
Rock solid. One.
I don't know how many spells I get to get back. I guess.
You don't get any.
You don't.
don't get
That's
any.
a wizard ability.
Yeah.
That's a wizard thing.
Sorry.
Never mind. A little bit
All right.
here.
So you're approaching the house. What do y'all do?
Can I do? Hold on. Let me see if I can even do my Eldritch Cannon.
I said maybe. I mean, it won't matter unless you guys decide to. Unless unless you guys to fight these bards.
Who knows? Can't do it again until you finish a long rest, or you expend a spell slot. But I've already expended all my spell slots as well. So yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
So how do we want to go at these guys? Do we want to try and like ambush them and take their clothes? Do we want to convince them not to perform for some reason?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, gold's a heck of a motivator.
Yeah.
Find out how much you're getting paid.
Find out how much they're getting paid. Yeah, see if we can double it or whatever, and just be like, hey, take a rest tonight. We got it. We're also an aspiring troupe, and we want to just get our name out there.
I'm just wondering if maybe we could psychologically convince them that they're bad at this.
Starfire, that dragon.
Yeah.
Not you said
We really just need to
that just sounds
out-conversation.
spiteful.
This is a bard duel. Is that what's happening?
It will be.
All right, so we cut forward. You all have convinced them. Like we're just cutting forward. You guys have convinced them that you guys are just better at them at this comedy, right? So they've done their set, and they've done pretty good. They've done pretty good. So then the MC is sort of like, all right, the new crew. You guys, we're gonna do scenes from a helmet. So the way this works is I'm gonna read a scene that I've gotten from just random people in the town, and you're gonna just respond to them. Now, since you guys can't see each other, what I'm gonna have you do is when you have a good idea, you're gonna just raise your hand, and then I'm gonna call on you, and you're gonna come up, and you're gonna do the scene. Okay, everyone ready?
No.
Raise my hand.
M, if you don't go, it might impact your ability to beat these guys at an improv off.
I can't
Sorry.
beat them anyway.
Can you remind me what the goal is? Sorry. Why are we being
We need to be the bards to get it.
So you've convinced them that you're better at comedy than they are. So you have to
I need to
right.
sign them up and take their shit.
And then somehow this gets us into the forge home. Oh, because the elevator in the green room.
We need a green room.
the elevator in the green room.
I'm there.
The green room.
Yep. So you can either perform. Basically, you could either do this stuff now to do the bard off, or you could do it later in front of the king. So it's one or the other.
Better do the
Oh,
bard
yeah,
off.
close quarters. Yeah.
All right, yeah, because it's like a really tiny hut, and you guys are all performing this tiny hut. All right. So here's the first scene from the helmet. So the dude like reaches into the helmet. There's a bunch of pieces of paper that they've collected from the townspeople. It's like, okay, What would an animal companion say if they went to therapy? Gary.
My master keeps getting me fireballed.
Melrose first.
I don't really know what I am anymore. Is it an octopus? A bird? A bear?
Zalzu.
Doc, I gotta get this weight off my back.
And Thaddeus.
That pocket dimension that he sends me to all the time is really uncomfortable.
All right. Move on to the next one. Things you would never hear. Songs you wish the bard would stop singing. Zalzu.
That time I took an arrow to the knee.
Susie.
This is the song that never ends. This is the song that never ends. This is the song that never ends. It wasn't on
Starfire.
It's a small world after
Melrose.
And we're running because we're cowards. Yes, we are. And we're running because we're cowards. Yes, we are.
All right, next one. Rejected robot ideas. Starfire.
Greetings. My name is Coil.
Ooh. Ooh.
I play to the room. Not. I'm sure the other bards are like,
It's hilarious, Marian.
Yeah, trust
not
us.
it's not improv unless it's an inside joke, boys. You know this.
They all nod like, yeah. Zalzu.
Hello, I am your new wet nurse.
Susie.
I cooked you some bolts. They're delicious.
Oh, Thaddeus.
It was just animated, and boy, am I tired.
Joke bot. You're
All right.
fantastic.
Conversations other people have about adventurers. Zalzu.
Who are all these blood-covered psychopaths talking to every single person in the bar?
Starfire.
You know, I just was just generally asking for help for something, but they instantly went to negotiating and haggling.
Zalzu.
You know, as a matter of fact, I like a couple rats in my basement, and these motherfuckers keep killing every single one.
Zalzu.
I could have sworn I put some money in these pots, but it's all gone.
Melrose.
Yeah, so they came in and started waving their hands, so I knew it was best to play dead, let them loot through my pockets, and then they'd be on their way.
Thaddeus.
They're heroes, but they're always just resting whenever I see them.
All right. Next one. Things you would never hear in an adventurer's backstory. Susie.
Parents love me.
Starfire.
Yeah, I'm just trying to raise enough money to send my daughter to wizard school.
Zalzi.
I'm not ever willing to kill anything ever.
There is actually a paladin class for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's basically the Steven Universe paladin class.
Oh, that's right. Oh man.
All right. Oh, Melrose.
Rogue, except he's well adjusted, and he's just doing it for kicks.
All right. Worst wizard spells ever cast. Zalzi.
Aha! You're now hungry.
Oh, Starfire.
Disguised shelf.
Shelf.
Zalzu.
Bigby's full diaper.
You killed Jason.
Melrose.
Alabaster's timeshare.
Zalzu.
Summon Bard.
Is that the mic drop?
Thaddeus.
Tasha's hideous brother.
What?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Tasha's hideous brother.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Things you don't want your cleric to say. Zalzu.
I'm having a crisis of faith, guys.
Thaddeus.
Ooh, that looks deep.
Susie.
You chose her on your own. You don't have any fucking potions.
All the bards are like scared. Melrose.
Now your health clear plan covers you for healing word, not cure wounds. Revive is just not in the market. I don't know what to tell you.
And I don't think you have the money to pay up front.
All right. Worst person to get stuck on a long carriage ride with. Zalzu.
Hello, my name is Coyle.
Thaddeus.
I was gonna say Golak.
Oh, Zalzu.
Hello, I'm Josh.
I didn't want to put last names in here. Melrose.
You believe me.
And we're running because we're cowards. Yes, we are. One more time, and we're running because we're cowards.
All right, that's the last one I got.
That was fun.
Townspeople got their act together.
Yeah,
I
the bards just all agree that you're better than them.
I must
And-
be very bad at this.
yeah. All right, cool. So you're able to get in. You're able to perform in front of the king. They do golf claps for you as any king would, and sort of noble class. You're able to sneak into the elevator and go down, and that's what we'll do. We'll pick up there next time, and we will put you all on autopilot, basically to just see kind of what we were doing at the beginning of the game, but now it's at the end. So give me 1 second here. All right, Gary Starfire. This is session 16. After the next one, you level up. What are you going to be working on?
I forget her name. Not the rogue. Her mother was like fleecing adventurers for more money because we encouraged her to go out and explore. And so I met with her.
Yep. Yeah, you
Is
resolved
she
that.
still- Oh, that's all resolved now.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna go back to the wizard tower and keep rooting around.
All right. More Wizard's Tower. All right. Melrose.
All right, I gotta
This
go
is
back to.
This is the second game you've played. You're gonna
Uh-huh.
you're gonna level up to level 4 after your 7th game. That's how it's gonna
Sure.
work.
Good.
Anything else you want to work on?
Where's the? So I see this mechanized dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So do we have any kind of intel on where that came from? Like, is it just?
Yeah, so it's basically like what you found out is like, so Moradin is like sort of the god of the dwarves, right? He like sort of is like that. And this dragon is named Zeron, who seems to be some sort of like, if god, this would be the devil, right? So it's like it's in the
Sure,
opposite,
okay.
so the corrupting artificer rather than the building and the prosperous one.
Okay. So okay. This wasn't like the dragon. It was just like a.
Yeah, this
somebody
was built
strapped
in
the
its
thing together.
image. Yeah.
Okay. I want to know who built it, and like I don't know if there are any like.
You want to know who built this one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They have any kind of connection with this dragon, or if it's just like I'm a fan. I made you some art.
Right.
It kills people.
M. Not only have you passed Chris, but you're a whole level ahead of him now.
Tried so hard.
Yeah. All right. So you're gonna be working on more Badger stuff.
More Badger stuff.
All right,
I'm
and
only
we'll.
one game ahead of him.
Yeah, you're
That's all
one.
that really matters.
You're one game ahead of him. But right now you're a whole level. So it's like if your birthdays were one day after each other, you would be a whole year older for one day. All right. Cool. And give me 1 second here. I gotta add a line for Jesse. All right, so this is your first game. So typically the way that this works is like you play games equal to the level you're trying to get, but basically since I've loaned you a couple levels, as you started at level 3, to get to level 4 you have to play 7 games. Is basically like that's what we've done, and then it's four games every time after that. So what would you like to work on? So it could be anything. Let me give you the little map here. I'll just kind of show you what's going on. The overmap. So imagine this is sort of like an overmap with zones. Imagine it much like an MMO. So down here is a sort of a plains area. There's another settlement called Sparrow's Crest here. This is sort of a forest area that has been all cleared out. And then up here is like an island archipelago with a bunch of like weird islands. Imagine it sort of like a bunch of monster races that are paying hags to keep them safe from the God War. And this is where you live up here in Gathol, which has all kinds of like anything you can think of structurally. So you can kind of do whatever you want. You can sort of say, I would like to progress the settlement in this direction, and we'll figure out what you'd like to do.
Does anybody have any suggestions on what they would think me working on would benefit the world?
defense.
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of depends on your character and your backstory.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
the more
so
compelling.
I'm a monster hunter by trade, so I like to fight things.
Okay. So you could go hunting for monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And Zalzu, you're the last one.
Do I level up this time?
You do level up.
Yay! I add 1 point to intelligence and 1 point to charisma.
But you don't want a feat.
Oh, what do is it that or the other thing?
Yeah, you get either a feat or the 2 points. And you may want to look at feats because often feats will give you 1 point and an additional thing. So, like, you know.
And that's just I
Fourth
find a
level.
list of feats on whatever wiki, and that's all the ones. That
No,
are
we
available to me,
only
or they're
use
artificial
specifically approved books here that we've paid for.
ones? Sure.
Yeah.
So which ones?
Yeah, there's a bunch in the player's handbook and the Xanathar's guide that you can, or there might even be some in the Eberron book that I don't know about, because you actually don't have the Xanathar's guide. You have
Right,
Eberron.
Eberron and main
Yeah.
main rules. But, all right, I'll look them up.
Right.
Well, I'll think about it then. I'll go ahead and roll my hit dice.
Did you
I also
wanna-
did take
Oh,
Tavern Brawler. Just heads up.
oh,
Oh, nice.
how do I-
5th, right? Or am I going 3rd to 4th? I'm so confused.
There we go. Well, I'll take the 5.
I think you're going from 3rd to 4th.
Okay.
You're not as high as like Josh, who's played 19 games.
Dang.
Yeah, he's like level 7 or something, isn't he?
He is level 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jesus.
No, he's 5. He's
no,
5.
because I'm 5 and I'll be 6 after my next one at 17.
Oh, okay. So I may be wrong. So sorry, Em. You're actually going from 4 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, because I was like so
Yeah.
excited for
I was
new
wrong.
spells.
I was wrong. I admit it. Okay.
13, I think, would level you up. To...
So Zalzu, since you rolled lower
Yeah.
than 5, you get 5.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm
cool.
good. And then for my actions, I want to try to convince. Well, here, are you up for?
You can start
This is your
talking to the
question.
brownies now that they have the walkie-talkie if you want.
I was thinking of that, but if I play the next time and we're going into Forge Home, I kind of want to see if Tin wants to come with us, and if that's like a full week action to
Yeah.
convince him to come with us. And are you up for playing him as like a?
I don't
NPC?
really like to like DM PC in that way. Like
Okay.
so I just like we'll leave him home. Like
Okay.
if there were only
Well, never
4
mind then.
players or something like that, like I could fill in, but I don't really like doing that if I don't have to.
Well, then maybe forget it, and yeah, I'll sort of talk more to the brownie rebels, and I don't know if there's any sort of resources I could funnel to them. Work on that.
All right. Cool. So everyone is taken care of. We will end there. Everyone have a great night.